I'm back. And as you remember last time, I stopped off at the campfire story section. Sorry, that was a burp. A soft one. but, yeah. Last time, made it to the campfire story section, and I had a little oops moment where I accidentally unpaused the little part I was going to cut out. And I decided to just leave it in the actual video so that you guys could see another one of my little bloopers, I guess you could say. Anyways, heading back to the point, I believe this is the campfire section where my character gets to tell a story, and then one of the killers gets to tell a story. So, that little tidbit is going to be something. And I would check quickly which one I've done before, but I want to say I did the action and the romance. So now I'm gonna do the adventure story. Alright, you like your Dwayne The Rock Johnson movies? How about some adventure? I'm honestly surprised at how often they make references to, like, IPs and stuff in this. I mean, I get that they aren't, like, wholesale, like, stealing movies or stuff like that to put it this. But it still seems like they're getting pretty close to the line of just outright risking copyright infringement. I figured Trapper would like action more than adventure. No, we're talking. It's not my favorite, but I respect your choice and will nod politely. You don't have to say that, Wraith. Just nod politely. Okay, ready? Here goes. I really like to go fishing. That just doesn't feel like a transition to adventure. I was going to do the voice and then, like, I made myself laugh unintentionally. Now I can't even think to do. Solid hobby. Great foundation for a story, for sure. You pause. Everyone is waiting with bated breath. No pun intended. I like how there's an option to say yes, that's all. Oh wait, that's it? Not much of a story. Barely even a thought. My pun was better than that story. You sure that's all you have to say? See, I'm gonna go with no, I was kidding. But I'll definitely have to come back to the scene and check out what happens if I tell him that's it. No, I was just kidding. So what type of story do you want to tell? Action, personal, or romance now? I've never gotten the personal one. I'll get a little personal now, if that's okay. Those types of tales are the best, and often the most sad. It's a bit of a love story. Is it about two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bludgeon the same oily wolverine? Wait, I swear I thought I saw romance, personal, and action. So is it just gonna force me into the romance story this time? About a deranged killer who makes the only woman who ever believed in him witness a display of shocking violence. Not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting. She'd been dragged there by some friends. Oh. They couldn't have been more different, and yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just the romance story now. They were married within 2 months. Bit soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? Exactly, I learned a lot about love from that. If you know, you know, some people don't need years to get acquainted with someone. Love could spark from a look across a campfire. Now you've got their attention. Each killer is furiously attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. It's quite alarming, actually. Oh, I swear. Oh. Except for Trickster, who has his headphones in and is loudly playing his own music to drown you. Ah, I swear. Who else do we hear from tonight? We're gonna hear from Wraith. See if he's got another interesting one. Well, I guess if you want, let's see. What story could I tell? I could tell you one about Miami Wada. Or, never mind. My eyes slid across way too fast and I read Miami. I could tell you about Mamiwata, a beautiful African sea goddess who would lure men in with sex and then reveal her true form as half woman, half fish, making them swear to be true to her and no one else. Long story short, it usually ended badly for the men. Which is the end of that story, I guess. My bad. Let's see. There's that one about the mysterious cult that would demand a human sacrifice to, no, that's no good. You don't want to hear that one. There's the living tree. Its branches were more like tentacles, and it oozed a strange liquid from its bark. One time, a girl I knew drank the liquid. She disappeared that night. But a week later, a new tree appeared. It had a very familiar-looking face etched into the bark. No, that's a bad story. That could never happen. What about something truly horrifying? One time, I was doing my maths, and I mixed up the quadratic equation and the Pythagorean theorem. That's that's really something only someone would like. At least a moderate understanding of like math stuff would actually really get. I assume this is Wraith's idea of a joke, Lou. Because Pythagorean theorem, in case there's anyone in the audience who forgot, is it's basically finding one side of a triangle when you have two others measured out. It's basically the whole equation a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But I don't really see how you could mix up a quadratic equation with a Pythagorean theorem. Just for a second, in my mind, I guess I was tired. But wow. But thank you for at least explaining how. That was really scary. I want to hear more about the half fish lady, particularly the fish part. It's not just you, Claire. Half the time, I have no idea what the hell Trapper's talking about either. When you're hot and rich and extremely scary, you start to think people will just accept whatever you say. Oh my god. I swear. That story time was something else. So if I remember correctly, Lou, from here on out, it's mostly going to be new events, with only a few repeat events. So I shouldn't have to skip too much from here on out. But let's see. Like some of the time when these people talk, I wish I could actually respond to them. And I mean, in the game, mind you. I'll definitely respond if you leave a comment. But that's another thing entirely. So, I know I could skip this by holding down the mouse button on the little symbol down here, but I don't want to do that because last time I did it, it skipped through part of a scene I hadn't seen. So, let's go Wraith. Wraith? And he never picked me. Who am I kidding? But I did pick you. Wraith immediately turns and runs away. It's not like he didn't tell you what you were getting into. Well, follow him. After all this time, he just freaks out. I swear. You catch up to Wraith, and as usual, he appears a little anxious. Give Wraith a massage, ask what's wrong, or tell him to calm down. I'm gonna ask him what's wrong because I feel like if I try to give him a massage, he'll just freak out again. Hey, you seem a little off. What's wrong? Wraith stops and tries not to look at you. After a moment, he relaxes. You can tell, huh? Yeah. You must be getting to know me pretty well. There's that big side to him. Sorry. Sometimes I get too in my head. You know, I'd understand it, right? Well, maybe there's some way we can get you out of that. Suggest throwing a frisbee or just getting down and dirty in this. Oh my god, there's so many funny options. Oh god. I don't know what to pick. Funny option first, and then I'll try the other one if it fails. We're on the beach. Maybe we could get down and dirty in the sand. It would be a shame to let it all go to waste. And just to make sure there's no confusion about your intentions, you wink. That'll work. There's no way Rick will misinterpret this. That's a great idea. But maybe we can both keep clean if I go grab Dwight and get him dirty instead. Oh my god, you poor little you have no idea what is implying. Oh god. As Wraith runs off to kidnap Dwight for some nefarious purpose, the narrator looks at you and smirks. Yes, the narrator is so smug about being right that they are now talking about themselves in the third person. Alright, I get it, you're right. Thanks. Wraith returns with an exhausted looking Dwight, some shovels, and you realize you will now be burying Dwight in the sand and making a sand sculpture around his head. Look, I know this isn't what you had in mind, but still seems kinda fun. Okay. Let's get what sand sculpture do you want to be? A mermaid? A car? This isn't what you meant. I'm sorry, Dwight. You have to become Fish Boy. Let's make Dwight a mermaid. Yes, just like Mommy Water. You dig a hole the size of a person. This truly is a Dead by Daylight experience, isn't it? Once it's big enough, an unenthused Dwight gets in and you pile sand on him, up to his neck. You put the finishing touches on Murdwhite. Wraith takes out a Polaroid camera and takes a pic of the three of you. He's all smiles. Dwight looks miserable. Wow, that really relaxed me. Thank you. Dwight looks annoyed and disgusted. Oh wow, it's so late. Time flies when you're on a date with the coolest person on the island. I swear. Oh, this is a date? It smiles and rolls his eyes. Come on, let's go back to the group. As you start to leave, you hear Dwight whimper. Oh, High Tide is gonna come in. I'm gonna drown. uh, it's okay, Dwight. I'll be the only one who's nice to you in this game ever. You're trying to impress a killer, but that doesn't mean you can just let Dwight drown. You have to remind me. You quickly dig around Dwight's neck and shoulders until he can free an arm. The rest is up to you. I gotta run. Thank you, player. I have to say, it's kind of weird that even though they have scenes where it's like just Dwight or just Claudette, they never bothered to make a model of that one character alone. So, like, in this scene, for example, when it's just supposed to be Dwight here, Claudette's just awkwardly there, even though she's not supposed to be in that scene. It feels so weird. Anyways, you jog to catch up to your date. Wraith turns to you, smiling sheepishly. Wow, this day went by so fast, but guess it's over. I don't understand why is it, you strange, beautiful weirdo. I swear. Oh yeah, I think this is a repeat event. I'll pause it right here and I'll get back to you guys. Or actually, no, I think I'm gonna call the recording right here. I hadn't realized just how long I'd been going for. uh, that is the only danger when you're like making content for YouTube. You always gotta look out for time. Maybe I'll start using my phone to time the freaking videos along with it. So that way I can always see the timer on it. Because otherwise, I either have to freaking minimize the game or call freaking OBS to the forefront. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next recording. Bye.